All right, trucks at Atlanta. I personally am just going to go, only change is going to be 16 to 1 here. Everything else I'll keep exactly the same. You guys can keep your stimulation whatever you want, though. I just like having less of that uh, type of little movements in the corners that would cause me to scrub speed. Oh, I forgot I didn't do the thing. Yeah, we do this every super speedway qualifying. And I know that I keep it 100 miles an hour basically until I get on the track here. But you can take this 101 miles an hour as far as you want. You just need to make sure that you're up to speed at your lap. So it could be like much farther down here. I just don't know though. I don't really want to test that. That feels right. I can probably go there full throttle, and I'll probably make it to the next time by be full speed. That seems reasonable. Some people when you really grind super speed with qualifying, you will just find the exact moment where you'll have the run up speed for your second lap on lap. Okay. So there's two schools of thought here. One, we're not going to stay by the wall. We're going to let it come up just a little bit. And I'm going to turn back down and straighten my wheel out early, like this. Now I'm not going to go down for this lap. I'm going to compare. So this is the no cut. The reason you will do no cut is because you lose some speed when you come back on the track. And then we just let the wheel unload here. I probably could have kept that down a little bit longer. So we're not going to quite the run off this lap that we did for this lap, but I'm going to try again. Because we're going to go all the way down and we're going to cut now, part of this lap. And then we're going to cut all the way down here. And see how we go into the green, but then by the time we come back up, it's going to just trend red. You see that? And there's just really nothing you can do. So that's why that second lap is what you want to do, where you actually don't cut, because that transition back up there is going to cause you to lose some speed, unfortunately. But you do want to still go down here for the finish. It's just that transition there, it's too bumpy. You lose too much speed on this transition. So I would just stay on the track. We'll look at it real quick. It's not much to look at, obviously. It's a full throttle lap. But see, I'm just going left sides, like on the line right here. And I'm trying just to keep it on the line for as long as possible. And then, so my thinking right here, just like with Daytona and Talladega, you kind of want to let the car come up on its own, or else you're going to chatter, or not chatter, sorry. You're going to scrub some speed off your tires if you turn too hard. I probably could have stayed on the bottom a little longer here, forced a tad bit more wheel to stay at the bottom longer, but you really don't want to force it, because that's when you scrub some speed off and you'll be paying for that for the rest of the lap. Here's the same thing. So use the wheel a little more here so I only slide up that much, and then straight back down to cut the track. Qualifying here I do like, because this track is super duper narrow for 3 wide, which means that one of two things will happen. Either you get a 2-lane race that just nobody can do anything in, or you're going to have a 3 wide race that's going to wreck after 2 laps, and people are going to be crashing from like second row on back. So I think a good qualifying spot will really keep you safe in these races, especially if you're either good at pushing the leader or good at getting pushed, good at controlling the lines. By controlling the lines, meaning that you either commit to a line and make sure that it's driving good the whole time. Usually you can do that in the second lane, or you can be that guy that hops between lanes whenever one is getting a run. It's a little more risky, but usually they're not going to push the issue until the final couple laps with those type of moves, because there's just nowhere for them to go. They don't want to make that move like 3 wide or something like that, because it's just harder. It's easier to get caught out. Basically, no one would want to follow you, and you just fall to the back. And so people tend to make those decisions a little more safely for most of the race. Personally, my favorite strategy is just picking a line and making sure that it's performing as best as it can. That seems to be the success here. And you do get a tiny bit of tire wear here. I will say if you run the high line the whole time, you might feel your tires a little bit more, maybe a little less grip, wanting to slide up the track in the middle more. I would do maybe just the tiniest blip on entry if you feel like your car is just super tight and not any grip in the middle of the corners. That'll help you kind of point your nose early and just make sure that it's good for the rest of the corner. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you all on the track.